me a little ill this morning, girl. Yeah, y'all could care less. Y'all got the grocery store open. Now I'm gonna do a couple things. I'm gonna get into this hive that we put the feed on. You probably, I think, at some point I had done an inspection of these bees. These bees were a late swarm that I caught. They have done tremendously well. They had only filled 3 frames up in this mid super. And I went in and replaced their frames and foundation with frames and drawn comb, and I've been feeding them liquid Pro Sweet. And I can tell they have taken advantage of that. I don't know how far over they've gone with it, and that's kind of determining how much more feed I'm going to put on them before it gets cold. That's a dry comb, so they haven't made it that far. This one has the Pro Sweet in the center, so they've made it to here, putting it up. They've actually drawn built comb with the feed on this frame and started capping it. So this is a full frame, and it's feed. You know, it's definitely just feed that they have put up since I've been feeding them, and I'm not satisfied with them being 100% full where I'd like for them to be going into winter. These look great. This is a heavy frame. It's not capped yet, but it is full. Both sides. All right, this one is about 90% what I want to do. I want to go over here to this one that they haven't put any in. I'm just going to trade places with it. I'm going to put this honey over here. We're going to go ahead and fill their feeder. It's cold. There's a lot of bees down in that super this morning, early. You can tell how thick the consistency is. That aids in 2 things. Them drowning themselves and the ability for them to store it. I'm going to do one last thing. I'm going to give these bees a tablespoon of DFM. That's going to help their digestive tract as well as their ability to feed. And it's going to bring a little bit of an extra health benefit. I'm actually going to apply it right down in between the frames. Where the highest concentration of bees are. You know, DFM can be used during nectar flow. The benefits that come from it are immense, especially when you're getting ready to put bees down for winter. It aids in the prevention of chalk brood. It aids in the prevention of European foul brood. Just general health of the bee is worth using it. So I urge you to give that a try if you've never used it. You'll be surprised what it'll do for you. There's nothing you can screw up in this box that these bees can't fix. Even killing a queen. Now that's spring to July. July to dead of winter, that's a different story. Alright. When you walk up here, I'm going to take care of the smoke for you, but I always let them know I'm coming. Okay, so they've got a little smoke, they know we're standing here. This lid is going to be stuck or it's not. You're going to grab a back corner, a front corner, you're going to rock it. When it pops, it's loose. You're going to pull it like this. So you got angry bees, if they are, they go that way. Alright? There you go. Look at that, you know what those are?
Beetles.
Nope. Nope, those are wood roaches. Wood roaches come in for winter, you see where they're at. They're not doing a thing. They're not hurting anything, but I'll tell you why they're here. They're here because if you had your gloves off and you put your hand where mine's at, there's heat. Okay? So the heat that these bees are generating below this lid is heating this little old bee space. You see where they was at when you popped it? They went running. They were up here, they clustered together like the bees, but they're utilizing the warmth from the bees. They're just looking for a place to winter. Take your hive tool, sharp end, flat sharp end, between the box and the inner cover, pop it loose. Yep. Now, there you go, work both sides. There you go. Now, we'll put a little smoke in under the lid. Now just ease that up and off. Alright. Now this particular hive, I've installed a beetle towel. You just saw me kill a beetle. 2 beetles, 3 beetles. Pretty good batch of them, right? So we're gonna, can I borrow your hive tool? We're gonna kill as many of them as we can kill while we're here. See how slow they are? They're cold. The bees got them shoved up here to the top. The towel's got beetles in it. But we're going to leave that towel because we've got a few days of warm weather coming. The beetles and the bees are going to be active. The cluster of these bees are below.
Are the beetles there for the warmth too? Or
The beetles are the same way. The beetles have came in for the winter. They're looking for a host. They need somebody to keep them warm over winter. Now this towel is activated real well. We're going to put it back in, but we're going to reverse it and turn it up so that the fluff is down. We're going to move it to the opposite side, and we'll catch it with the inner cover that keeps these bees from dragging that towel down. Okay, now I can look and see capped honey already. Okay, that is cap sealed honey. Cap and sealed honey. Now if you look, can you see down in that box? Can you see all those bees that are down there?
A lot of them, yeah.
Yeah, that is where they're sitting with the brood. The queen and the nurse bees and a coagulation of the workers are all brooded down there in a big ball, keeping that brood warm. We installed our entrance reducers. You put these in the winter. I put them in the winter. You put them in. There's people who run them year round. That's okay. That's perfectly fine. You know, the beekeeper makes the decision. They're your bees. It's your project. I have ran these bees open all honey season, and the reason I do is I personally feel that they get a better opening, a larger opening to pull in pollen, pull in nectar. They're in, they're out, less congestion. In the winter, you're dealing with smaller clusters, smaller colonies of bees. You want to get these bees a closure in place. That can be a mouse guard if you have a lot of woods, fields around. It can be a metal mouse guard. If you've ever had problem with mice, I recommend you do that. I will look at these bees periodically through the winter. I'm going to notice if something's chewed on these reducers. That would be a sign that the mice are, you know, working to get in for winter. By putting on this entrance reducer, we have blocked roughly 90% of this opening. By doing so, these guard bees don't have the area to defend that they did have. So wintertime, September, October, 1st of November, Yellowjackets in Arkansas, very active. If it is a large colony of Yellowjackets, they can actually come in here, battle these bees. If the bees are weak, they can actually annihilate the colony of bees, and then they'll just clean the honey out, the brood. They'll get everything they want and return it to their nest. Entrance reducers, especially now that we have more cool weather than hot weather for the remainder of the fall and winter, put them on. I recommend that you put them on, run them in place until spring. The bees are going to let you know in the spring when it's time to take them off. They're going to start getting congested. They're going to start laying out on the front. You'll know to pull them off. It's a great idea. Drive over to yard number 2, which happens to be located at my 91-year-old mother's house. I got a little bit of weed eating to do around the hives, entrance reducers to put on there, our winter stores check, some DFM to go on them, pull some mite strips that are due to come out, and basically just put them down for winter.